Peace and blessing, beloved. Welcome to another episode of Spiritual Success TV. Today, I want to talk to you about the power of expectation. And expectation is a powerful force that works from the inside out. Now, the word expect means to look forward or to regard something as likely to happen. It means to anticipate the occurrence of or the outcome of something coming. It means that you are looking forward to something with reason or justification. So when we think about expectation being a force that works from the inside out, A Course in Miracles said this: you see what you expect, and you expect what you invite. Your perception is the result of your invitation coming to you as you have sent for it. So let's take a look at this and break this down, because expectation is so powerful. But what we want to see happen is that we want expectation to work for you and not against you. So you see what you expect, and you expect what you invite. So a lot of times when we're thinking about expectation, and we know that we are waiting for something to happen, we're waiting for a result, we're using spiritual laws. Many people are using the law of attraction, and you are expecting something to happen or occur that's favorable, or that will bring you to a place of increase, success, or abundance. But let's take a look at this, beloved. You have to take time to look at something that is working underneath that expectation. And what's working underneath that expectation is your perception. Now, perception is all about how you interpret what you see, what you sense, what you feel, what you hear, what you experience on a day-to-day basis. It's about your worldview. It's how you view your environment, the people that you interact with on a daily basis. All of that goes into playing a part of making up your perception, how you see things, how you feel about things, how you interpret things. Better yet, let's boil it down to this. Your perception is all about the stories you tell yourself about what you are going through, about what you are experiencing. And perception is what's underneath your expectation. So many times you can be believing for something, operating in all the faith that you can muster up for something to happen. But if on a deeper level, your perception is telling stories, and those stories are being embedded in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind has an obligation to bring to you exactly what you really believe. And your subconscious mind picks up on the vibration of how you are feeling about what you're going through, what you're dealing with. So on the one hand, you may be trying to speak affirmations or use visualizations to get your desired result to come to pass. But on a deeper level inwardly, you're telling yourself a story on a day-to-day basis that you may not even be aware that you're saying to yourself. And what happens is that that perception then becomes more real than reality, or that perception then becomes your reality. So the Course says this, that your expectation is the result of the invitation that you have sent for, or that you have called for. So let's break this down. You see what you expect, and you expect what you invite. So it's a couple of things that you're going to have to do if you want to see the right results manifest in your life. Number one, you're going to have to slow down and take time to really hear the story that you're telling yourself. What is the real message of what you are expecting? So let's look at it this way. On the one hand, you're believing for increase. You're believing for success. You're believing for a favorable outcome. But on the other hand, on a deeper subconscious level, you're reminded about maybe where you've been or how many times it didn't work for you before. Or you may be stuck in your current situation looking at how can you be in a state like this. When you are going through that on a deeper level, you're canceling out what you're doing with your affirmations and your visualization. So it is important that you take time to understand, what are you calling for? What are you inviting into your physical manifestation? And this is where we get the disconnect. This is where things are not lining up properly, because you're saying one thing, but inwardly you're believing something else. This is why I always said that name it and claim it didn't work for so many people for so long, because you did not have the proper inward foundation to support the outer manifestation. I want to say that again. You must have the proper inner foundation in place to support the outward manifestation of what you're desiring to see. So let's wrap this up in a nutshell. What are we saying? You have to take the time to really feel and really sense what's going on inwardly. What are the stories you're telling yourself? What are you really believing about your circumstance or your situation? Because that, beloved, is what you're calling for. That is what you're inviting. So how can you tell? If you are stuck in a certain situation, a certain level, and you don't seem to be getting out no matter what, and you're looking around and you're seeing that what's manifesting outwardly is not quite lining up with what you are confessing, then you have to take a look and sense inwardly, what are you inviting? What are you really calling for? So if you're constantly seeing scarcity, lack, and misfortune, missed opportunity, mismatched relationships, you have to stop and see, did you invite that? Are you calling for that? Now, I know at first glance you want to say, heck no, I didn't invite this, I didn't call for this. But when you get quiet and you really figure out what it is that you really believe, what you're really thinking, then you'll see, oh my goodness, this is what I'm really expecting. This is what I'm calling for. This is what I'm inviting in my life. Your perception is the reality of what you are inviting into your life. And that perception then becomes your reality. So while expectation is powerful, and when we get everything balanced and lining up correctly, and the message and the story that you're telling yourself is one that affirms who you really are, one that affirms your divine essence, one that affirms your divine authority in this earth realm, when that inward message is lining up with what you are confessing and what you are seeing, then that's what you're calling for. That's what you're inviting. So I just wanted us to spend a few minutes today just taking a look at, what are you really expecting? Because many times we are excited about what we're believing, what we're confessing, what we think is going to happen. But on a deeper level, when you're quiet, when you're off to yourself, that's if you ever get quiet. When you're quiet and you're off to yourself, start taking a look at, what am I really thinking? What am I really calling for? What am I really believing? As I go through this, and I had to go through this for myself to be able to get to another place, I had to realize, oh my goodness, I'm calling for this. I'm expecting this. This is exactly what I thought was going to happen, and that is what I manifested. So we want to use the power of expectation in a unified way, where what we're believing and what we're saying all agree. How can two work together except they be agreed? That's you, your conscious mind, and your subconscious mind has to come into agreement, and then we'll begin to see the outer manifestation of what we're really confessing and believing for. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys, and get ready for more episodes of Spiritual Success TV. Have a blessed, wonderful, and amazing rest of your day. Bye now.